He had expected negotiations, diplomacy, maybe a tense standoff or two, but he had not expected to be escorted into a radiant hall carved from violet crystal, surrounded by towering alien nobles whose eyes glowed like molten silver. And he definitely had not expected to be handed a glimmering tablet and told to choose a wife. James blinked at the council of elders, who watched him with the politeness of predators evaluating a newcomer. Is this a test?" he whispered. Grand Minister Salarath, a tall being wrapped in robes of photon silk, shook his head with ceremonial calm. "Human James Carter, you have been granted the honor of choosing a bondmate among the royal candidates. It is our tradition to offer this choice to those who have shown rare courage." Courage? James had simply pulled a royal child out of a malfunctioning gravity well 2 days ago. He'd acted without thinking because that's what humans did. But to these aliens, that act had elevated him to something almost mythical. He tapped the glowing tablet. Dozens of images appeared, alien women of different noble houses, each elegant, strange, beautiful in their own ways. The text beneath each portrait was in their language, utterly unreadable. James swallowed. "Okay, don't offend anyone. Just make a random, diplomatic-looking choice." His eyes landed on a portrait framed in soft azure light, a woman whose expression was calm, regal, and oddly human-like. Her silver hair flowed like stardust, and her eyes held a softness missing in the others. She felt approachable. He tapped her picture. "There," he said. "Her?" The elders froze. Every noble in the crystal hall stiffened. A murmur rippled through them like a shockwave. James frowned. Did I pick someone important?" The doors at the far end slid open with a harmonic chime. A woman walked in, the same woman from the portrait, her presence sending every noble to their knees in an instant. She moved with the composed grace of a living constellation, her aura shimmering with royal authority. "Queen Rose Vailrin," the minister announced reverently, "sovereign of the astral dominion." James's soul left his body. He had picked a queen, the most powerful being in the star cluster. Rose approached him slowly, studying him with eyes that glowed like twin galaxies. "So," she said softly, "you have chosen me." I didn't know," James sputtered. "They gave me a tablet. I just picked. I thought—" "To choose blindly," Rose interrupted, "is the purest form of truth. You saw not the throne, not the crown, not the power, only the person?" Her gaze warmed, "And for that, I am not displeased." The hall erupted into whispers. The Queen's decision by evening. The story had spread across the Dominion. A human had chosen the Queen as his bride, unknowingly. Unintentionally, but irrevocably, the law was ancient. The choice, once made, could not be undone without a duel of honor, a duel the Queen herself had no intention of demanding. James sat stiffly on a balcony overlooking the luminescent city, trying to even breathe normally. A soft voice spoke behind him. "You are overwhelmed?" He turned. Rose was standing there, no crown, no guards, just a woman slipping into the quiet. "Is it that obvious?" James muttered. She smiled gently. "Your heartbeat is loud enough to rattle the balcony." "Oh, great," he groaned. "I'm going to die from embarrassment before anything else kills me." Rose sat beside him, surprisingly close. "You saved my nephew," she said softly. "My family owes you more than honor. You act without fear. It is uncommon among my people." "Admirable." James shrugged. "Anyone would have done it." "No," she answered. "Many would have hesitated. You did not." Silence settled, comfortable, unexpected. Then Rose turned toward him, expression curious. "Tell me, James Carter, why did you choose my portrait?" He felt his ears heat. "Because you looked kind." Rose blinked, slowly, like no one had ever described her that way before. "Others see a ruler," she whispered. "You saw a person." A deep, genuine smile curved her lips. "I think I like that." The crisis moments later, alarms wailed across the palace. A guard sprinted toward them. "My queen! The Vorkan armada has breached hyperspace above the capital." Rose stood, posture shifting from serene to sovereign in an instant. "James," she said, "stay behind me." Not happening, he replied, human stubbornness. The most dangerous and reliable force in the galaxy. He grabbed the fallen guard's plasma spear. Rose turned sharply. That weapon has a recoil force of, but James had already spun it, expertly activating the blade. Relax, he said. I grew up on a death world. We'd play with worse before breakfast. Rose stared, then she laughed, a sound that glowed brighter than her palace walls. Very well, James Carter. Stand with me. Together, human and queen moved toward the war room. Alien generals watched in disbelief as James analyzed battlefield data with uncanny speed, suggesting maneuvers no Dominion strategist had ever considered. Humans, one whispered, are terrifying. Rose didn't disagree. She looked at James's confident, brash, courageous, and felt something she hadn't allowed herself in years. Hope. After the battle, the Vorkan fleet retreated, humiliated. The Dominion celebrated. In the throne hall, Rose approached James with steady steps. You fought beside me with no fear, she said softly. Few ever have. James rubbed the back of his neck. I wasn't going to let my, future wife fight alone. The hall went silent. Rose's eyes widened, then softened into something warm, luminous. So you accept it, she whispered. You accept me. James swallowed. Hard, he stepped forward. Yeah, he said quietly. I accept you. The queen reached out and took his hand, her touch gentle. Sure, radiant with cosmic light. For the first time, Rose murmured. I am glad the choice was not mine. And I? James replied. I'm glad I was foolish enough to tap your picture. Her laugh echoed like starlight, and the galaxy would remember this moment, the day a human chose a queen by accident. And the queen chose him back on purpose.